Alright, thank you very much. So today we are here together because we do the opening the Global Intellectual Property Solution Conference 2015. So the last we held is 2013, this second time. And also we mark the countdown of the IP monetization roadmap. This one will be held by celebrating in September this year. So that's where we are today, together with my friends, chairman, my co-chairman, and the Pengarah, and then KSU. And all the officers of my home. So that's it. There's an occasion for today lah. So and then actually I just want to mention to you, because this program Global IP Evolution Conference is a conference organized by my home, is within the support of GIPVC, and together with MOF, Ministry of Finance. So post 3 and the GIPVC in mentioned just now in 2013, this year, last year, and this year GIPVC 2015 is held with the theme of Ideas to Value Accelerated ASEAN, and focus on the ASEAN which line with the chairmanship of ASEAN 2015. That's why we invite all the ASEAN together with this in the conference. So there's occasion only lah. So any question, mana-mana soalan apa, kalau I cannot, then I give it to my colleague here, my co-chairman. And participant is about 400 local and the ASEAN countries.
Hi sir, what is your projection for the number of IP applications and registration for the whole of 2015?
What is the answer? Nothing you can answer direct, no problem. On behalf, they know everything.
My whole projects for 2015
on the application for intellectual property, which consists of patent, trademarks, industrial design. So we project there would be between 5 to 10% increase this year. It's more or less quite the same as of last year. So as for patent, we project that it may increase. As of last year is around 7,000 and 7,200. So we forecast that it may increase from 7,400 to 7,800 this year. Yeah. For application, yeah.
Sorry, members of the media, could you please use the microphone when you're asking so we can all hear you? Thank you. Perhaps while we're waiting for the next question, Samsia, if you could tell us in what areas we're seeing most of the patent applications, and is it in agriculture, for instance?
The areas of patent applications that we receive, because most of the application we receive 80% from foreign. In fact, 80 to 85% are from foreign applicants. So application are mostly from chemicals, industry, and engineering side, and telecommunication. Yeah.
Anyone else with questions? Yes, if you could use them. There's a microphone right behind you. You can take it out and perhaps pass it around after. Thank you.
Hello.
Yep.
I'm Aisha from Business Today. I just want to ask about the GIPVC 2015. I believe it is to educate the entrepreneurs out there, and I just want to ask, to date, what is the current level of the awareness within these SMEs?
Since for the past 12 years that MIPO has been actually corporatized, since 2003, we are actually in the aggressive mode doing the IP awareness program among the public. And if you see or you check the statistics of the IP filing for the past 10 years, you can see that there is a significant increase in the IP filing, especially for patents, because for last 10 years or last 15 years, the local filing for patents is only between 3 to 5%. But for the past 10 years also, you can see that the significant increase in patent filing is between 10% to 15%. Yeah, is actually is a proud moment for MIPO. You know, if you can see that the local filing increase due to the aggressive awareness campaign that has been conducted by MIPO, and as well as also in collaboration with KPD and KK, and collaboration with other related agencies like SME Corp, like SIRIM and MOSTI and other related agencies. And besides that, we also see the increase in trademark filing among the SMEs. Because SMEs plays also important role in the economic growth, and they need to protect the IP. They know now that IP has got value. Last time they don't know that they have IP in them. Since there is aggressive awareness campaign about IP conducted by MIPO, and they actually realize it is important to protect the IP. It's a brand, it's an image to the company, especially for the product produced by the company, for the SMEs. So there is significant increase in the filing for trademarks as well as industrial design.
Next question.
I have one more question. If that's the case, then it's still here.
Okay.
Where do we stand if you compare us, Malaysia, with other neighboring countries like Indonesia, Singapore?
We always actually compare ourselves with Singapore, and we actually second. Singapore always, among the ASEAN, the 10 ASEAN countries, Singapore in terms of awareness, and even in terms of the development of IP system, Singapore is, in comparing between Malaysia and Singapore, Singapore is the first and Malaysia is the second. That is actually the sort of like a recognition by among the ASEAN working group on intellectual property cooperation. Yeah, so we can actually be proud of Malaysia being the second, but somehow in terms of our initiative on the IP valuation, IP initiative, IP financing and IPR marketplace, Malaysia is the first country among the ASEAN, actually within the ASEAN, that has introduced or has actually organized seriously and a comprehensive training program in terms of the training for the local IP valuers, as well as initiate or introduce the IP as part of the collateral in terms of the IP financing to be actually given to the SMEs by the financial institution. And also in the ASEAN country, in terms of the listing of IP in the IPR marketplace, Malaysia is also is the first country in the ASEAN that has introduced a platform for the IP to be traded in the region as well as globally. Yeah.
All right, next question.
Another thing I just want to mention regarding mentioned by Samsia regarding the SMEs. So now the government, we put an effort to produce, to make the SMEs what they produce at what level. So that's why we put more effort. Even GIPVC2015 also, we try our best to help all the SMEs. So we want SMEs to, their awareness regarding the IP. Otherwise, they will lose. Because they produce so many things, but eventually, after that, other people will take the advantage of what they are producing. So that's why the awareness of the SMEs is more important. It is GIPVC2015 and MIPO also lah. Because it involves a lot of money. We want to introduce, brought them overseas to introduce their product. So that's why we want to bring more awareness to the SMEs in the country. So regarding the IPs.
But what are some of the initiatives done actually to boost this awareness?
What
by
produce, pattern, all so many things that we produce by the SMEs. Ada banyak kan? And creating industry, so many. So we don't want somebody is taking opportunity. They are still curi. This is the most important. Because they were produced by the SMEs. They spend a lot of money, they spend a lot of time. So eventually, at the end, it's been taken by somebody else. And that's why they have to awareness to register what they did regarding their SMEs production, anything lah. Because the IP is new to them at the moment. Even in our country also still new. That's why we, MIPO is working very hard to tell everybody who involved in the business to make sure they know what the IP is. MIPO is being done.
Maybe Puan Samsia, sorry, Yang Mohamad. Maybe Puan Samsia can talk a little bit with this conference. You have sessions specifically for universities to heighten the awareness. Yeah, dengan media pun ada sessions, so you have targeted groups.
Yes, yeah.
Is there any value for IP from SME? Value.
Okay, for the SMEs, of course, if they produce a certain products, okay, in terms of for to be traded.
I mean value overall.
Value for.
If you can give us numbers of
numbers of figure value, how much? RM
IP.
IP.
For IPs, is there an increase of any?
We have actually the statistics, but we have to get it. Because in our system, we actually don't specifically specify how many are SMEs, that has actually applied or registered for patent, trademark.
Maksud saya nilai keseluruhan IP ada tak?
Oh, kita tak ada. Kita tak ada. Yang statistik yang ada di MIPO, jumlah IP tu sebenarnya berapa nilai dia, kita tak ada.
Because kita nak bagi tahu kepada all these SME, kadang-kadang dia boleh canggarkan dia punya IP kepada bank to get all the loan, everything. Because dia moment itu yang kita nak bagi. Okay, at least dia produce, so dia boleh tax pada bank. That's why I mentioned in my speech just now.
Yeah.
This is the most important. The moment orang tak nampak, they didn't see how valuable
the IP. Yeah.
So that's why we have to.
Maybe Puan Samsia nak bagi example hygiene.
Yeah, to add to what actually YB Timbalan Minister has said, this is actually what we have done and are still doing, where we value the IP of the SMEs. This is actually the what we have initiated together with the Malaysia Debt Ventures. Malaysia Debt Ventures give the financing because they have a scheme given by the government, 200 million, to provide the loans to the SMEs that has IP in them. Because as you know that the SMEs, they don't have actually the fixed asset to actually pledge as a collateral, okay, to the financial institution. So what they have is IP. For example, creative industry, they have IP. For example, the copyright, the trademark, kan? Ini yang sebenarnya di what MDV's effort is to make sure that the SMEs has IP, so that they can actually give the loan to the SMEs under the IP financing scheme. So on the part of MYPO, since we have trained our local valuer to value the IP, so MYPO akan value the IP in the SMEs. Jadi kita akan dapat satu value where nanti kita akan bagi pada MDV, this is the value of IP. So based on the value of IP, this is actually is an dia boleh pledge IP dia tu kepada MDV lah as the financier.
Alright. Soalan lain ni tu.
Kenapa pula?
IPDKK.
Kita
sorry. Ni viral baru-baru ni kata sijil halal untuk ayam yang jual di Pasar Raya Giant dah ditarik serta-merta. So nak tahu KPDKK betul ke perkara ni?
sijil halal ni actually dia Jakir. So dia Jakir. Kalau Jakir beritahu pada kita, dia mau bos tak boleh nanti kan, tapi halal lah, bertarik tak tarik ni semua Jakir.
Tapi perkara ni KPDKK ada dimaklumkan tak mengenai benda ni? Tak ada kan?
Any other questions relating to GIPVC? Ada soalan? Yep. Ada satu lagi.
Puan, tadi Puan ada mention pasal Malaysia merupakan first negara ASEAN yang melaksanakan program penilaian IP.
Yeah.
Dan laporan minggu lepas juga ada menyatakan bahawa Malaysia telah dipilih untuk menerajui kumpulan kerja IP ASEAN mengenai penilaian dan pasaran IP 2016 hingga 2020.
Yeah.
Dan merancang untuk menjadikan IP sebagai alat ekonomi untuk kemajuan ekonomi negara. Mungkin Puan ataupun Datuk Seri boleh jelaskan lebih lanjut berkenaan perkara tersebut. Terima kasih.
Okay, mengenai inisiatif ini ya, dalam ASEAN Working Group on Intellectual Property Cooperation, this is actually a meeting among the heads of the ASEAN IP officers, where we actually come up with the ASEAN IPR Action Plan 2016-2020. So since Malaysia is the first country that has initiated on this activity, IP valuation initiative, as well as the IPR marketplace. So Malaysia is chosen to be the champion country to initiate these activities for the ASEAN country. So for the next meeting, we are going to have more discussion among the ASEAN what kind of activities that Malaysia can introduce or in a way assist the ASEAN so that these activities will be actually introduced among the ASEAN countries. That's it. Thank you.
Alright. Senator Datuk Seri ada closing statement? ada. Alright, in that case, terima kasih banyak-banyak to our honoured guests. Please proceed to the orchid room for your refreshments. Members of the media, your refreshments will be served here in this room. Thank you. Terima kasih.